I've complained a lot about how now we've got new appliances and they're like smart appliances, like Wi-Fi enabled and all that. I don't know why you would do that in the first place, but I also don't know why the obvious thing that would at least be helpful for is to update the time automatically after like the daylight savings ends or begins. It doesn't do that, so I don't know why the fuck it's connected.
That's all it should do
anyway. Yeah, be the only use case.
Why does your laundry machine need a clock though in the first place?
It's not the laundry. It's the
or whatever.
The oven and the microwave.
Which
I don't know.
Okay.
I guess I don't know why they need to have them, but it does have a clock.
Yeah. Whose idea was that? That was kind of goofy.
If it's gonna have a timer, that's pretty good.
I'm sort of the Thomas Edison of uninventing stuff. That's what I'm trying to do. People are always asking, they're saying, somebody had to ask, why not? I'm asking why.
Welcome to the show about the show, the podcast. This is episode 440. My name is Will, and I only have one problem. I'm perfect. Joining me, as always, is Ben, who polished his shoes so thoroughly that we can see the reflection of his underpants in them. Hi, Ben.
Yo, what's up?
Nice wackies. And of course, Atticus is here, who's just going to scooch past you here for a helping of Waldorf salad. Hi, Atticus.
Hey, I've been numbing my buns this morning.
Been numbing your buns?
Yeah.
What was that?
I have that written down. Did I watch the wrong episode? Someone said school numbs their buns.
Oh.
Yes, Shelley.
Between Donna and Bobby in the hallway. They're like, why aren't you at school? And then why aren't you at school?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
I just have a notepad open that just says numbs my buns.
Nice. That must have been the only line of the episode I did not transcribe, because this one's full of a good time. This is a show currently about Twin Peaks. Today we're talking about season 2, episode 10, called Dispute Between Brothers. We also have a Patreon where we release a bonus hangout show every week. That's over at patreon.com/Dr. Skeleton. Ugh. Question for you guys. Would you two care to join me for an incredibly pleasant evening of night fishing?
Gonna pass.
You guys big
no,
fishers?
And it's not because you're a teen.
Oh man, I can't wait to talk about that scene. But I guess I want to talk about fishing with you two really quick. How much fishing have each of you done?
I did a ton as a kid. My grandfather,
really
big fisher. I'll just cut to the chase. I stopped fishing when I got to the age where it was expected of you to take the fish off the hook, because I didn't want to.
That's a good point to get out.
Yeah, I think I stopped the minute people didn't seem. It wasn't cute anymore for someone else to have to bait the hook for me.
Yeah.
Like, no. Ooh. I think it means I'm done. I'm not touching the worm, sorry.
I could touch the worms, but the fish were pretty spooky to me. Fish are kind of like small birds. They're sort of like birds to me, which are also scary,
Yes.
What would you call it? A mammal? Not that scary. Well, birds, reptiles, fish, things like that. Those are scary.
Yeah. Creepy crawlies. Lizards and such. I throw those in there. Bugs. Whatnot.
Fish.
Yeah.
Pretty good to eat, though.
They are tasty. That's the duality that Twin Peaks is about.
Not a lot of fish that you fish for in Iowa, though, I feel like. Or not the ones I was catching. Like never eaten one, but I assume like a sunfish probably isn't that good.
probably get a bluegill or some. I feel like Midwest lake fish are probably sort of similar to like the ones that we were fishing in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
I think they're perch. I don't know how much walleye you get, maybe depending on different
they're not very meaty
areas of the state. Yeah, little guys.
Yeah. I think that's why when I was a kid, the idea of this is probably true for a lot of, I guess maybe a lot of Americans, but a lot of like Midwesterners, when you're used to eating like river fish and lake fish and things like that, the idea of sushi was very, like in the abstract, was very gross to me as a kid because I'm imagining cutting into like a pond bass or something like that, you know, not quite the same as tuna.
And it's really just scale, it's not just scale, but you're just taking a small piece of the tuna, right? Is that why it would feel different?
Why would it be different? I feel like a tuna. I mean, I guess the size. Yeah, like a tuna's huge. You know.
Yeah.
Even a big salmon is big,
much bigger than anything you're gonna.
Yeah, a sunfish. I feel like
I'm surprised no one's watching the podcast. Some big fish are big. Atticus, big fisherman. Out in the river.
Similar to you, I ain't baiting the hook. So yeah, I will sit here and meditate on pulling this as soon as the bobber goes down. That's what I like.
Yeah.
But as soon as that fish comes out of the water, I want someone to step in, take the fish off.
I think for a little while, I thought of a bit of a ruse that might have been mistaken for ambition in the time where, you're gonna have to start baiting your hook. We're like, well, then I'll fish with a big old lure, like just a big old nasty thing, like a big honking hook, shiny twirl thing that like it's time for me to graduate to the big game. No, knowing full well, like I'm happy to just
not throw this in something.
I will be out here all day long. I'm not interested in catching anything, but I suppose my chances are very low of actually catching like a big monster of a fish that would chomp down on a lure like that. And so I think for a little bit it's like, oh wow, this kid's like really going for it. He thinks he can be out there catching a muskie or something. Like, nah, I'm just hanging out.
Hoping I don't catch something.
Hoping I don't catch anything. We're going to talk about the episode today. Zoe very thoughtfully bought the Twin Peaks Z to A DVD Blu-ray collection. And we have that now, and it's awesome. It's very good. It seems to be the consensus pick for everything Twin Peaks you're gonna want in there. But it's introduced another layer of like the episode numbering like issues. It was so crazy. We tried to watch this episode on the disc because it contains the Log Lady intros as just part of the thing. So we're watching season 2, episode 10. I guess that's what we're gonna call it. It's the one that you might call Dispute Between Brothers. According to the new disc collection that I have, this is apparently episode 18. And that means it's named episode 17. This is getting out of control. This is also episode 10, season 2. This is crazy. And I think Margaret Lanterman's intro is very appropriate for this disc numbering issue. And Ben, I'm going to ask you to start with that.
All right. Complications set in. Yes, complications. How many times have we heard, it's simple? Nothing is simple. We live in a world where nothing is simple. Each day, just when we think we have a handle on things, suddenly some new element is introduced and everything is complicated once again. What is the secret? What is the secret to simplicity, to the pure and simple life? Are our appetites, our desires undermining us? Is the cart in front of the horse?
I've never
had these thoughts.
Seen. Well, I've never felt more represented by a Log Lady intro than today's. Because just when you think you got to figure it out, suddenly episode 18 or 17 or whatever. She almost breaks at the end of this. Usually does a really great job, but like as it like slowly zooms in. I think that I assume she's reading off a teleprompter for these. They just got her for a day and ran through all of these, and so she didn't need to hopefully memorize all of this stuff. But I wonder if she like expected there to be like someone's gonna flip to the next page, and it just didn't. But she kind of chokes back a smile at the end of this intro. It's a very good moment. Shout out to her.
How did you two feel going into this episode? Were you like worried at all? Were you like because I feel like I was watching within the context of like the drop off, like waiting for the drop off, and that's like no way to watch something, because like
and I regret and like I maybe I've brought that up too much or signaled it too much or put too much weight on it. I don't know. I do think. Well, no, this isn't true. I can't remember how far I got before, but I think I've seen this episode. I remember the Nadine tryout for sure. But I think we're getting close to where I had stopped watching. So I don't know. I'm not thinking about the drop off. I guess I kind of am, just kind of at a curiosity level, see if I can spot it. Like, what do people think is ass about Twin Peaks through this stretch? But I would if I could wipe it from we probably shouldn't be like
trying to identify
too concerned about it. Yeah.
Shall we get into the episode itself?
Yeah. Ooh, let me read out, the air date and such, because I don't know why, but I like doing that. What the heck? I just wrote this down somewhere. Well, I know it aired December 8th, 1990. It was directed by Tina Rathborn and it was written by Trisha Brock. Okay. Go ahead, Ben.
Dr. Hayward offers Sarah a sedative to ensure she remains calm during Leland's funeral. She refuses, saying she must be mentally present for the sake of her family. Cooper assures her that Leland was taken over by dark forces long ago and that he was not responsible for Laura's death. Don't worry, dear. Your husband's been an evil Sith Lord for a long-ass time. Sarah recalls her vision of Bob from before, but Cooper tells her that Bob is no longer around. Sarah
He's talking out of his ass with that, though, isn't he?
Yeah.
That seems like a wild thing to say, especially if he's like worried about it later.
That's my opinion about this whole scene with Cooper. Yeah, big time talking out of his ass, I think.
For sure. Irresponsible. I think in the end, he's become too attached to this community. Is probably the charitable way of saying it. Seeing it, right? Is that he's just trying to comfort her and like maybe he just wants to believe that this has been as wrapped up as he's imagining here.
Is there a name for that? Like
lying?
No. Well, I'm going to propose one. I was going to say hayseed fever, but maybe like hay fever. Just sort of
So hay fever is a thing.
Well, I know it's a thing.
You're proposing hayseed fever?
I'm trying to think of a cutesy way of putting it. Lawrence of Arabia, or whatever his name was before that. I can't think of it. Peter O'Toole. Peter O'Toole's character goes to leaves England one time and then becomes, in his mind the main guy of the Middle East. What do you call that for? Whatever, Mr. Agent Cooper is suffering from.
Is this similar to like the Dunning-Kruger effect? So like you kind of learn a little bit about something and you think you're an expert. Like he's vaguely aware of he kind of was able to like, I kind of like fucking owned last episode. I like summoned a giant and like was able to like intuit my stuff here. I'm kind of the man. And
I'm like just totally like tuned in. If I think something, that's probably what it is.
Yeah, I'm just trusting my gut now, and I think I could just do that in all situations because it worked in that last in the last episode.
It's just a weird. Has there been anybody before Dale Cooper who fetishized the simple small town America like that? I mean, I guess when I put it that way, answer is probably yes, but in such a way that he's done it?
Probably. Doesn't immediately spring to mind.
Probably.
But I think that this scene opens on like a slow pan across the mantle. We see, that famous photo of Laura Palmer, her like prom photo or whatever. And also, so funny, we see a like headshot of Ray Wise just by himself. Like, why would you have a frame photo of like just like
you guys don't have the dad? You don't have the dad portrait above your mantle?
It would make sense in my house, but like in his house, just a picture of him.
Wait, why would it make sense in your house?
Because he's like a beloved family member kind of thing,
Sure. But Leland's a beloved family member.
It's his house.
Not anymore.
Wait, are you talking about literally having a picture of Ray Wise in your house?
What is going on? This is so obvious to me that this is crazy. This is me having a headshot of me in my house.
Yeah, I know. I agree.
Or is it Zoe having one when you're dead?
Okay, maybe she just put it up. Maybe that's the case. That would make more sense. If she threw it on the mantle right after he died, that would make a lot more sense. And that is actually probably what we're trying
It's actually kind of a crazy thing to do to immediately do though, too. Like,
yeah,
I gotta
right
go to
away.
Walgreens.
It's like you already had that. Like why did you
I'm not gonna have a lot of pictures. If I die, Shelly's going to have slim pickings. I feel like maybe it's just a me thing, but I feel like for a lot of guys, slim pickings for the post
only
mantle picture.
The only images she has are like screenshots from the podcast. So it's just
get the microphone.
You hunching over the microphone 500 times.
Yeah. Sarah recalls her vision of Bob from before, but Cooper tells her that Bob is no longer around. Sarah adds that her husband and daughter are also gone forever. That's how death works. Cooper then explains how Leland had drugged Sarah in order to hide his actions from her, but also details Leland's last moments where Cooper believes he was forgiven by his vision of Laura. Another big time speaking out of your domain, Mr. FBI agent.
Yeah.
Finally at peace, she accepts Cooper's offer to drive her to the funeral. I'll drive you there in the police car. You can turn the lights on.
Also, like him, like being like, I don't remember the exact quote, but it was like, we gotta connect this with this, and like taps her head. And like, yes. I assume taps her heart, which is like, yo, get your hands off me.
Yeah.
He is so out of line in this episode and like in his conduct generally that other people are catching on to, as we'll discover in this episode. But how are we as the audience supposed to take It seems like we're supposed to accept as fact that Leland was drugging Sarah.
Yeah, that's new. It feels like new information to just like
does feel like new information.
Slip in.
That's kind of a big bomb to drop there. Is this Cooper's again? Just like, would he just make that up? But like, I don't think so. I don't feel like he wouldn't just totally make that up. So let's say
it's so crazy for him to kind of like drop that bomb on her, but at the same time be doing the thing of like, he's been drugging you your entire life, but all is forgiven now. I had a vision. He had a vision.
Laura I think Laura forgave him.
Laura forgave him, and you forgive him too, of course. It'd be insane if you didn't forgive him because the rest of us have.
Yeah, really crazy. Also, so he speaks very authoritatively that Leland did not do these things. Yeah. I kind of think he did still. I don't know. Even though I know like the position of the show seems to be that like Bob is a separate entity than Leland, I still think Leland kind of did it. And then Frank Silva catching a major stray here too, right? Like where they're like, it wasn't Leland. It was some like disgusting freak with long dirty hair. They're like, oh yeah, ew, he looks gross and evil.
He curates it to look awful.
The dirty
on
part,
purpose.
Not obviously established either. Scary guy, sure. But yeah, this guy with disgusting features.
Long, dirty hair.
Never shampooed. Oh, that wasn't established as part of my character.
I didn't realize. I guess there was enough else going on that I wasn't picking up on that. Poor Frank. Yeah.
Shortly,
we get another ceiling fan shot. It's that same shot from the bottom of the stairs.
Shortly after the funeral, a large meal is laid out by numerous members of the town, all congregating at the Palmer household.
It looked gross as hell.
Yeah, matches the house.
I wanted to talk about the funeral spread.
Having a spread at a funeral seems honestly, I haven't been to many funerals in my life.
Brag.
Is this a normal thing?
I don't think so. And I really don't think like the type of food, like, I don't know, the sweet potato casserole with the marshmallows on top isn't funeral food in my mind. Like, it's a little bit too
very fun. Thanksgiving vibe. It's a better Thanksgiving spread than most.
I actually major disagree with you guys on this. I think that the funeral spread looked delicious for the most part. I think this is the only time in the entire show that we've seen the Palmer house seem like not horrible and disgusting. And so far it's the only time that Bob hasn't been there. I don't know, maybe it's like the the disc I'm watching, but like the color temperature seemed like, oh, it's finally like clean in here. There's not like a yellow cast on it. It seems like ooh, we finally let the light in and the air through. And also the food, I thought the food looked really, really good. The Waldorf salad called out in the intro, not so much. That's nasty. But it's like kind of just like classic, I don't know, someone brings it to something like this.
There was some mystery thing I really wish I could ID. They put out, like, I'm looking at them putting out, like, okay, a salad, mashed potatoes, put the spoon in the mashed potatoes. They put out some, like, I don't know, corn or something like that, green beans.
Yeah.
And then
there was something like fluffy pastry looking.
And pastries.
Is that what you're?
No, there was something that looked like meat. And I was like, is that fried chicken? But then, like, no, it's not that. And I kept looking at it. I was like,
the roast beast.
out of context, I'm like, this looks like chicken tikka masala. Is that what it is? But I really can't ID it. So it's going to just be the tikka masala in my mind.
Creamed corn.
My other funeral related observation is that I guess we don't see the funeral at all, which I think is super interesting.
They skipped it.
That would just skip that entirely.
There's sort of like
the way that,
secular families on Christmas, you know? We're just skipping the funeral and going straight to the food.
Sure. Yeah. And we kind of, as far as like is this normal for stuff? I don't know. I think that, I think it is kind of like a tradition to be bringing a bunch of food after someone dies.
Is it?
Excuse me.
I mean, that's
Yes.
a genuine question for me. It is?
Yes.
Interesting.
I mean, yes, in my experience, yes. And I think that, what's her name? Mrs. Hayward in the wheelchair. I mean, she's explaining to Sarah about how, like, this is the time for us all to come together, or like the events like this is when we reach out. And I think that was I mean, that it shows like there is some real community in this town at some level. And that's kind of generally what it takes to get people together. I mean, like, it's only gotten worse since, like, as far as like social gatherings go, all that. But like, it's usually this is the small communities like this. Like, it happens like all over like rural Iowa. People just sort of don't get together until someone dies, and so the only time anyone ever sees each other is like when someone dies of cancer, because they're drinking the water that's here in Iowa, kind of thing. And it's like, that's the only time anyone ever has like someone cooking for them or like caring for them too. And but like, it's like a whatever, I'm getting out over my skis about like analysis of the show here, but I don't know, that it rang true to me. It felt real. And Ed's skull bolo tie at the wake is a cool fashion choice.
Awesome.
As well.
Awesome. I lost my spot. Nadine frets about the shine of her shoes reflecting up her skirt, while Hank notices Ed and Norma chatting elsewhere before handing Sarah a plate of shoes.
He does not hand her a plate of shoes.
Oh,
I'm gonna disagree.
He said it so like deliberately too.
Yeah.
Sorry. Handing her a plate of food.
Ah, yes.
To
Hank,
eat.
what the fuck? Yeah. Hank says, while it's still hot, hands her a big heaping plate of food. Yeah, I think it's crazy and rude and disrespectful to bring your insane child wife to the wake. Like, if Nadine's not, she's not well, we have to not pretend that we have to take care of her. This is not taking care of her. She's gonna cause a scene at the wake. Or if she does, that's on you, kind of thing. Like, that's crazy to do.
I don't know. I think it is. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I wouldn't want to bring my partner with me like that. But it is interesting to have somebody have a sickness where it's like, well, but you can do everything. It's just going to be weird for all of us, you know?
That's a really good point. I feel terrible with my take there.
Well, I brought up the first time, when this happened to Nadine, I brought up the thing about the weird, somebody wakes up and they're speaking with an Irish accent thing. If your dad wakes up speaking a Jamaican accent, you're still
I'm taking him everywhere I can.
But are you taking him to your relative's funeral? Yeah, of course. It's just going to be really awkward.
That's a really good point. That's a super good point. I feel terrible for my take. I guess I think what I'm maybe reacting to, I want Ed to be handling Nadine's condition differently. Yeah. I think that he is failing his duties to her, his husbandly duties, or like someone in her life who cares about her duties. Hayward is out of his depth as far as like the medical stuff is concerned.
Yeah,
on the,
we can't just take his advice and say you're doing enough.
Yeah, I think you have to be like, okay, I'm gonna need like a second opinion. Like, you clearly aren't like living with this every day. This is a serious. There's like something very, very serious that's going on with Nadine. We need to do. I mean, now I'm treating this like that's not the point of the show. It's kind of supposed to be like fun here.
But it's also okay. Doctor, stop playing like the clown music whenever she's doing anything. We need to like talk to a specialist. Like, turn the silly music off whenever, and like, let's call a specialist.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm a little frustrated with Ed. I'm very frustrated with Ed. Like, that all he's doing is like, oh boy, what are you gonna do? Anything, man. You're not doing anything.
Head to the library. Check out a book.
Yeah. Shouldn't have got her vaccinated. That's all I'm saying.
Sarah, Audrey, and Eileen Hayward talk about the large gathering and share memories. Donna.
Did you say Eileen Hayward?
Yeah.
Okay. That's her name. Thank you. The Deschanel.
Actually, now I'm looking at it again. Eileen? It's spelled Elien, which I think is a typo. Whatever.
Yeah, probably a typo.
Hayward. Mrs. Hayward. Donna tells Ed that she and James feel that their love contributed to all the recent bad events in the town. And Ed consoles her and tells her that James will return one day. That's tight to say at somebody's funeral. I think I've caused all of this. I think I'm at the center of this.
This might be about me. Yeah. I know this is like your friend's like funeral, but like I think it's actually about me.
Oh, I really like the conversation between Donna and Ed though, because they've got the same haircut. Did you guys notice that?
Did not clock that. I was too busy looking at the neckline. Ed's, that is, because of his bolo tie.
Oh, and what I want to say, Hank. The Hank plate thing. Sorry, I've got to go backwards. That's also a type move. To do like kind of a jerk thing and probably cut in front of everybody to get your loaded Thanksgiving level plate at the funeral. But you get another plate so that you can give to somebody else.
Give it to the grieving widow.
To do a nice thing as cover. I'm trying to think of, like, I know that this is an archetype, but I'm trying to think of other places people do this.
I liked that move. I think, once again, he's kind of aware that everyone is kind of in this like weird daze and haze all the time. And he's one of the only people who can seem to like affect the pieces in play to any degree at all. And he's using that power for once for like good here, where everyone's just gonna kind of be standing around at the wake, and he's like, I'm gonna go get some food for Sarah. Excuse me. I'm gonna load up and do it, and use this sort of like assertiveness in this moment. I read it actually as like, I think there was no ulterior motive there. He was just being Hank.
I think he was trying to get at that like Waldorf salad, though, to be honest.
Do you ever feel like
a mayonnaise and grape?
Do you ever feel frustrated watching someone else navigate like a social situation like really gracefully, and you're like, why didn't I do that? Could have done that. I feel like Harry
and you're looking at Hank like that?
Yes. Not Harry, Hank.
Mm-hmm.
I think Hank is very good at just like floating through like later on when he's like wrestling with a guy. Like, if that would have been me, I would have gotten, like, teacher would have walked in and just berated me. But, like, teacher walked in and Hank's like, oh, what's up?
Hey.
Like,
hey, John. This is Ernie. Yeah. I was just beating the fuck out of him. What's up? You want to go?
Why were you doing that?
Yeah.
Major Briggs greets Dr. Jacoby from his vacation in Hawaii. Well, the town's mayor. Actually, let me back up and say that.
Yeah, that's
Dr.
not
Jacoby
what he would have
style.
said.
Major Briggs greets Dr. Jacoby from his vacation in Hawaii. Is that right?
From Honolulu Bay.
Honolulu Bay. Well, the town's mayor, Dwayne Milford, begins having a loud argument with his brother, Dougie.
Dougie mentioned.
Any thoughts about those two things?
So these must be the titular brothers. The old men, duking it out at the buffet. Very funny. Are you gonna describe what is going on with their personal lives, or is that the last that is mentioned?
Yeah, we can come to that at the
okay.
at the end,
because we need to dig into that.
The major extends an invitation for Cooper to join him for a round of night fishing before he departs Twin Peaks, which he happily accepts. The argument between the two elderly men escalates, forcing Harry and Ed to separate them. As Cooper looks on in amusement, Pete explains the feud between them that has lasted for over 50 years, the initial cause of which has been long forgotten. The spark for this particular argument stems from Dougie's recent engagement to a teenage girl, to which Dwayne quite vocally objects.
I'm gonna have to agree with Dwayne on this one, gang. I don't. Did they joke about this in the show, or is this like? He's like 110 or something, right?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
They say Pete says literally he's engaged to be married to a babe. It's a January-December situation.
Yeah.
Even more extreme than a May-December. A teenager, and this is an old man we've seen.
That kind of babe. when people meet
it's like, oh, congrats,
baby.
oh no, yeah. And I think it's really important that this happens here at the funeral. This in this interaction, this description here. I think that, and it's all sort of treated very lightly, right? Like they're sort of like, huh, these two guys, they're scuffling. I mean, Cooper even makes some sort of like offhanded joke, like they're having a good time, huh? Something like that. After like the fight is broken up, you guys have a pedophilia problem here, like a serious one, and there's like dark shit going on, and like no one's doing anything about it, and it's continuing.
Yeah.
I don't mean to get into an age gap relationship, but discourse here, but like 19 to 110 is not an acceptable gap to me.
Yeah. Yeah. And on the day that Cooper is dusting his hands off of, well, everything's solved, this town is back to its peaceful, happy, everything is completely legal existence.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing less
also
left
importantly
to do.
Here, it's presumably not Bob causing him to marry a teenager either, right? Like, it's not. Yeah. This isn't like a supernatural force. This is just like quotidian nastiness.
Yeah, and if it was Bob, the way it's gone for Leland, well, we'll just wait for him to die, and then I guess Bob strikes again, but Dougie completely cleared of all wrongdoing.
Yes.
Ed and Dr. Jacoby discuss trying to enroll Nadine in the local high school to aid in her recovery, a plan which the assistant principal does not appear to agree with. Nadine rushes in and mentions cheerleader tryouts later that day before being shooed out of the office by Ed. Cooper begins packing his bags as Audrey invites herself into his room. Sorry, I've kind of run through that first scene very quickly. Anything on the Nadine thing?
Obviously not the move to enroll your wife in high school.
We're going to work backwards from we can't do that.
Yeah. So let's find something else.
We can't put this all on Ed. He's got the doctor sitting next to him. Presumably this was a Dr. Jacoby suggestion.
It does seem like you also don't take that advice. You know, that's an easy thing to say. Well, just because he says to do it, his life is in shambles. Everything about him is repulsive. We're not going to enroll Nadine in high school.
I don't know if I would agree that Dr. Jacoby's life is in shambles, if that's what you meant.
He's got a second house.
He has got a
horrible
vibe at the very least.
Yes. He's sort of got like a billionaire style life where you're like, I don't agree with anything that you're doing, but your life, from your perspective, probably rocks.
Would you take like stock advice from Dr. Jacoby?
Stock advice?
Would you like do the same money moves that Dr. Jacoby's doing?
Honestly, maybe. Maybe I would take advice from him just because if he's given it out, I don't know. Why not? I'd like to land in
I'm going to say no.
Honolulu Bay sometime.
What if you found out the advice you were reading on Reddit about where to place a subwoofer was written by Dr. Jacoby? Would you like pursue
I would
it further?
take his subwoofer advice.
Yeah.
I'd think a little more about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next scene. Cooper begins packing his bags as Audrey invites herself into his room. While he's like packing his underwear or whatever, she pops on in.
Yes.
He tells her that he plans on going fishing later that night, but will leave by tomorrow morning.
He's doing the little kid thing of dressing up in his vest like 8 hours before he needs to be in it.
He's got a very small bag. So where'd the vest come from? That's another case if he went out and bought it
that day.
He bought it, yeah.
He's a very costume focused person where he's like, I'm FBI.
Yes.
I'm going to buy the biggest FBI jacket my little brain can think of. And I'm going to go fishing. I'm going to buy a fishing costume.
Mm-hmm.
Audrey once again tries flirting with him, but Cooper reminds her that not only is she still a teenager, but she was also directly involved with his investigation. Which I gotta disagree.
We'll say it seems like it should have just
I think he should have just said the teenager part, but I don't think he really reminds her that he's a teenager or that she's a teenager. I think he's mostly like, I have principles, and one of them is that I don't deal with people that were directly involved in investigations.
I believe I think they do bring up like, firstly, you're a teenager.
No, it's worse.
But more importantly, you're involved in my case.
So he says like, no, I'm not. I don't want to be with you, or whatever he says. And Audrey's like, because I'm a teenager, and he's like, not, and like this other thing. It's like, that's not real. I mean, sure, that's also true, but more that you're involved in a case.
Yeah. Yes, that is sufficient. There could be everything else going for you. You're still a teenager.
I think the generous reading of this scene, I'm getting a little bit ahead of it, but the generous reading of this scene and a lot of interactions between Cooper and Audrey, the generous reading from Cooper's perspective, or to come to his defense, is that he's trying to let her down easy, I guess.
Yes.
Right? It's
Something
just that
should give up on, though.
He's trying to let her down easy on like all the stuff that you would normally use as the excuse of if a teenage girl's oh, you think I'm annoying or you don't like me or whatever. And he's like, you wouldn't be like, yeah, you're fucking annoying. You would say, no, it's because you are a kid and I'm an adult and this can't happen. I'm not interested in that or whatever. But he's doing it the opposite of, like the opposite, where he's like trying to avoid just saying the main thing. Or, I mean, I guess maybe it doesn't even register with him, but he's just avoiding saying the main thing, which is you're a child. You're underage.
Yeah.
It's because of the investigation. It doesn't have anything to do with the fact that you're half my age and still in high school. It's because of the investigation, and I have a professional principles, whatever. Very goofy.
Yeah, like something must have happened to Cooper to make him not want to involve himself with teenagers anymore. That's the only explanation.
Really tragic and like romantic, probably,
Audrey remarks that he must have been hurt by someone in the past to feel that way. But Cooper suggests the opposite. Someone was once hurt by him.
That's even hotter to her, okay? You realize like that's way more interesting now.
Crazy.
Did you know that you're perfect?
Yeah, she is trying to ruin her life right now, and you are letting it happen.
He tells Audrey that the woman in question was a witness to a federal crime. By who?
Sounds pretty cool.
And he and his former partner / mentor, Wyndham Earl, were assigned to watch over and protect her until the time came for her to testify. Cooper recounts
and so that's when you got involved, Coop?
That's when you got... Is that when the crime occurred? Cooper recounts that when someone finally did try to kill her, he was caught unprepared due to the fact that he had developed feelings for her. Insane! Insane thing to happen, and also to say out loud again. How are you in the FBI? As a result, the woman died in Cooper's arms. Cooper himself was badly wounded, and Earl went insane.
I feel like that is another, I don't even understand your explanation. I was just so in love with this person, I refused to protect them from danger.
Yeah. This is...
You've opened up one major new line of questions, and at the same time answered 0 of the original questions that I had. Not to worry, he reaffirms his friendship with Audrey and tells her that he still cares about her. She accepts this and plans on finding him again when she steps out into the world as her own woman. She departs, telling Cooper that the only thing wrong with him is that he's perfect, a statement that dampens his mood slightly.
It seems like he kind of accepts, she's like, I'll find you later, and he's like, okay.
Look me up sometime.
I'm in the FBI. I can find you. Bobby dons one of Leo's suits, preparing for his meeting with Ben Horn. Shelley asks to be taken out on a date night, but Bobby assures her that if he does everything right, their money problems will cease to exist. And he does this in the funniest way, Bobby way possible, of Shelley, shut the fuck up. If this goes well, I'm going to be working for Ben Horn, and then all of our problems are solved. I'm going to get the minimum wage, most likely. 35 years from now, I'll be making nominally the exact same amount of money in 2025. Probably.
I mean, these two they're idiots. The whole point of the scheme is to neglect Leo, right? let's just put them out in the rain. Who the fuck cares? And go like watch a movie or whatever it is, right? Like, isn't that what you're
when she's like, I don't know, we need to get like a babysitter for him. Like, I don't know what else I was gonna do. I was just like, just go. This is someone you hate.
You don't care. I think aren't you? And also like, I thought we've established that you're getting like zero money out of this now too. It's like this is not.
At the very least, go back to the office and like try to renegotiate and say like, I don't want to do this, but they're just accepting it.
Yeah.
I mean, I still get it for Shelly a little bit, but like, Bobby, you're a kid. Just go home.
Yeah.
Have I ever told you guys the story about when the ice cream story about when my grandpa closed his store, his pharmacy in Grinnell?
No.
When I was a kid, when I was in like third grade or something, my grandpa retired, and he owned the local pharmacy, which was like a very old-fashioned style pharmacy convenience store type situation. It was the drugstore, and they had like a soda fountain, like a old-fashioned style soda fountain and all that kind of stuff. Old-fashioned style pharmacy, and did photos and all that kind of stuff. Did Sundays and things like that. And the night after it closed, he took our entire family, like my aunts and uncles and cousins, and they all whatnot. They all came to town, and he took us back to the store and opened it up and made us all like Sundays and things like that at the soda fountain, which was a very fun thing to do. Myself and all of my cousins started like crying, and some of them like sobbing uncontrollably. And our parents asked us, what's going on? Why are you guys crying? And I guess we had all gotten in our heads and sort of responded the same way, which was, we don't get any, there'll be no more free ice cream. We don't get any more free ice cream. Parents are like, you guys have never paid for the ice cream. You're 9. You don't pay for anything anyway. I feel like that's kind of what's going on with Bobby. Just go home, dude. Your dinner's free there.
How am I gonna make ends meet? Bro, you're 17. Like, you have a family. Yeah, that's very charming lore. I really enjoyed that. Thank you, Ben.
At the sheriff's station, Catherine shows up.
He goes,
okay.
Bobby goes, cross your fingers, cross your toes. This is the big time. And Zoe pointed out it seemed like he was gonna try to rhyme or something there, and then just like he couldn't pull it off. He's just wanting to say stuff in his attitude. He's the best.
Back at the sheriff's station, Catherine reveals herself to Harry in his office. As in, Catherine shows up.
Yeah. Well, I was wondering, is she going to try something sexual with him?
Harry's just not into feet, and she can't come up with anything.
She does have a suspicious smudge on her cheek. It made me think, is that makeup? Is that from your,
from the fire? It's from
your time pretending to be a Japanese man, Catherine?
Yeah. I kept thinking, I guess it's just another accent thing. But I kept thinking about like, okay, I guess that mid-Atlantic accent, that really be how those people talk back then. Like,
well, no,
you just had but I mean, yes, because if well, okay, I'll just tell you what was in my mind. Like, if somebody tried to kill Cary Grant or like chained him to a wall in a burning factory.
Well, listen, see? Don't do this.
Is he still talking with the Cary Grant voice?
No, I think it's it's actor. Like,
but
well, isn't that the...
It is trained. I know it's trained, but I guess it becomes it does become natural at a certain point, right?
Joe Buck being tortured. Like, gosh, ouch, that hurts really bad. Ow, stop it. I'm not going to give you the nuclear codes.
Yeah, I don't know. But Catherine talks with the mid-Atlantic accent after, she's like, I thought I was going to die.
Yeah, because she's Piper Laurie playing a character.
Well, I know. Well, okay, whatever.
Okay.
Whatever. Hopefully you get the point.
Owned.
Harry suggests that she hire a lawyer before he begins questioning her, but when she says she has nothing to hide, he asks about her whereabouts after the mill fire. Catherine replies that a guardian angel saved her life, explaining how she ended up at the mill that night. She received a threatening call telling her to meet at the drying shed, only to find Shelley bound there by Leo. She doesn't know what caused the fire at that point, but remembers only hearing screams and seeing huge walls of fire erupt everywhere. Somehow,
goodness gracious,
Catherine ended up in the woods, feeling fear for the first time in her life. By dawn, she started recalling memories of her childhood, culminating by seeing what appeared to be her family's old summer cabin. She concludes that only an angel could have brought her there, to her version of heaven. She waited in the cabin until she ran out of supplies, then trekked back to Twin Peaks. Tuna. Actually, she kept saying tuna fish, which was annoying, but she ate a bunch of tuna.
Yes. What's annoying about what she said?
The tuna fish thing. I didn't like
saying
that when I was a kid
tuna fish
either.
instead of tuna.
Saying tuna. Just say tuna. Just say tuna.
Does she have an investment? Like, is she needing to like hide something from Harry at this point? Like, does her, like, how much of her story is real, and what is she trying to like not have him know? She doesn't want him to know that she's been like pretending to be a Japanese businessman, right?
That one's just out of embarrassment,
I assume so.
maybe.
Is it? Okay.
I actually don't. I don't really know. I'm keeping track of the various schemes like that. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm really trying to, as I've been watching, trying to make myself forget as much as possible about what's going to happen each episode. So yeah, I can't quite see
how
the
valiant of you. You're trying
she also seemed like
trying to disregard your encyclopedic knowledge.
It also seemed kind of odd that she was like, I don't know how it happened. I just like ended up in the woods. But it sounds like she just left and walked into the woods.
That is what happened, right?
Yeah, but she's like acting like, I don't know how that happened. I don't know how I left and walked into the woods.
Well, I guess there is something that stopped the plan from working, the plan to kill her from working, right? Because presumably they were gonna she was gonna die in the fire because that was what Ben was planning. Ben and Jerry were planning, and because did something go wrong where she was supposed to get tied up and she wasn't? I don't think so. I think that I don't know. That thought it was going to collapse on her or something, or she was going to be somehow the fire was going to engulf the building before she was going to be able to make an escape anyway. It didn't seem like anything we didn't see the escape itself, so she might not be lying about this. Wait, how did Shelley get rescued? Who rescued Shelley?
Catherine, right? Doesn't Catherine imply that Catherine unties her? Or no, Catherine does do it, right? Remember, she's thinking.
Yeah.
Shelley sees her. She's bound up. She's like, "Let me untie me," and then Catherine's like, "Let me think. Let me think."
And then she does.
See.
And so why wouldn't Catherine have just like
left?
Yeah. Yeah, wait, and like Shelley knew that Catherine didn't die this whole time too. Or unless she like passed out. Anyway, whatever.
Shelley's kind of not wise, as we've discussed too. I'd forgotten about it. I guess Catherine just died. Saved me and died.
Oh well.
Or just no one cares where she was. Like no one asked her, like, is Catherine alive? It was just like,
yeah.
I woke up in a hospital and I'm more thinking about Leo.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think Catherine had the Japanese costume before or after?
It was in the cabin. It was
she
part of her childhood memories.
In her go bag.
In the lobby, Dick tells Lucy that he has quit smoking for the sake of her baby and admits that he wants to change his ways to care about someone other than himself. Andy quietly listens in on their conversation as Dick continues, saying he has signed up for the Happy Helping Hand program in order to learn parental skills. Having heard enough, Andy walks over to them and says they shouldn't argue with each other while Lucy is still pregnant. The two men shake hands in a truce before walking away. Hawk, having also seen this situation play out, confronts Andy only for him to reveal that this is his plan to win Lucy over to him instead of Dick. Thoughts on the Lucy scene?
Well, yeah, I guess Dick going on about wanting to help someone as Lucy is struggling to change that light bulb. It's kind of a funny scene.
Yeah.
Andy with some mature wisdom there. Like, I come from a big family, and my mom always said, no arguing when there's a bun in the oven. And so, we'll just be nice to each other, okay? Pretty nice.
Also is not helping with the light bulb.
Yeah, still leaving Lucy to deal with this herself.
Cooper enters Harry's office as he prepares to leave for his fishing trip. Harry offers Cooper a special fishing lure as well as a patch for the Bookhouse Boys. He confirms that Cooper is one of them now and offers their full help whenever he needs it. Before he leaves, Cooper compliments the other members of the station. The scene, however, is interrupted by another FBI agent, Roger Hardy, entering the station with an officer from the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. Roger tells Cooper that he is immediately suspended from the FBI.
Dun, dun, dun. Funny moment where Cooper pins his lure to his jacket. That was cute. Takes that with honor. Also funny that the Bookhouse Boys have like a patch they make for each other.
They're like Boy Scouts.
Yes.
What do they call
those? What are when we like cleaned up the street?
What are those called? Oh, challenge coins, right?
Definitely.
I feel like you are the Boy Scout, aren't you?
But there's no way it's challenge coin.
No, not in Boy Scouts, but in the government. You know, everybody's been saying that what's his name, Kash Patel, and those kind of guys are spending a bunch of time making their cool ass challenge coins. You know, the stuff that the military guys hand out to one another.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Triple Aces.
Trinkets. They're like penguins. They like offer each other pebbles and such.
Yeah. So wait, is that what penguins do?
Yes, it's very cute.
They trade? Nice.
I think they're like, here's a nice pebble, and it's like a sign of affection sort of thing.
Very cute.
Very cute.
Roger and the Mountie question Cooper in Harry's office, revealing that Roger works for the Internal Affairs Department of the Bureau. Specifically, his presence deals with Cooper's crossings of the Canadian border, not all the pedophilia going on in this town. While both instances were relevant to their investigation on Laura Palmer's murder, neither were properly authorized by Canadian authorities. Roger admits that is part of the reason for his investigation. The more pressing matter is an unspecified allegation regarding Cooper's tactics. He is still waiting for evidence to arrive, but tells Cooper that he will talk more with him privately within the hour. Meanwhile, okay, any thoughts before we go on?
Seems Rees, gotta be honest, about I think we foresaw this pretty early on, like right away, that maybe Cooper isn't
to Canada.
yeah, isn't allowed to sort of make that call on his own. Could be potentially screwing up with some stuff, and it seems to be the case.
Meanwhile, Bobby waits patiently outside Ben Horn's office as Audrey taunts him over his suit.
Did I say patiently?
Yes. Impatiently. I said.
Oh, impatient. Yes.
Impatiently. She immediately suspects he's up to something, but quickly manages to set him up with a quick meeting with her father. Bobby walks in on a dejected Ben and begins to discuss his deal, but is hastily escorted out by two of his bodyguards. Audrey convinces them to let Bobby go, and he offers to help her in return.
And his deal is blackmail, right?
Pretty much. He's doing the burn after reading play, basically, is what he's where like he finds. He thinks he found some serious shit, man, and he's planning to go in there and parlay that into something like a job, I guess. You're like, hey, this isn't the only copy. This could mean something, and once again,
he doesn't know what it might mean.
He's a dumbass. Yeah, his whole. To me, Bobby's the star of the episode. Dana Ashbrook is the star of this episode because of this whole performance through here. He's just has so much business going on with anything that he's doing. When Audrey hands him that basket which is also like, I don't know what that basket, like, here's a basket of handkerchiefs. I
got 10 seconds with this basket. I'm gonna do something stupid.
I'm gonna do 10 different stupid things with it. I'm gonna toss it from one hand to the next. Something you would just never do. I'm gonna flip it up over my head, and all before he can count to 5 is before Audrey comes back, and then he says thanks, Audrey, and then sticks his gum to the doorway. So audacious, so crazy.
Can you imagine being this kid's third grade teacher?
And then, he gets kicked out. Then doesn't Ben say something along the lines of he calls security, hey, come get me. Go get a fly swatter. There's a bug in my office. And then, that is the two. I guess he's got thugs on call now after, or henchmen or something. But then Audrey and Bobby's conversation in the hallway afterwards is awesome too. I do think that these two, their powers are matched. I do kind of ship them. I do feel bad for Shelley. Obviously, I don't want Shelley's heart to be broken and be left hanging here. But I do think that the mutual insanity of Audrey and Bobby, I think, would go pretty hard. And I think that Audrey would be able to handle Bobby's bullshit in a powerful way, but in return for her favor of getting that meeting, she asks to get ice cream sometime, and whether it's a cup or a cone, she decides a cone because she likes to lick. And that had me saying, yo, oh my gosh.
What do you think Audrey, the vibe at the Horn household is at this point?
I bet it's awesome.
Like, are they talking? Are they having dinner together?
The dinners were already,
I know,
before anything happened.
Is anyone looking into Ben? Like, hey, you, like, how old was Laura when she died? And didn't we get a confession that he was like with her?
Yeah. Like, okay, it didn't seem like Leland, or it seemed like, yeah, Leland did the deed here, but Ben, you like slept with her and all
There's
that too? Like, is there going to be any kind of, yeah.
He's just in his office, like, kind of grumping out, but he should still be in jail, even if it's not for murder.
They're all just turning to Audrey's little brother every night, saying, "What the fuck are you doing with that hat on? You're tearing this family apart. It's all
this is all
fault.
Your fault, Johnny."
Roger continues interrogating Cooper about his trips to One-Eyed Jack's, each resulting in someone dying. Jacques Renault being murdered in a hospital after being arrested on the first trip, and Blackie being killed on the second. Cooper doesn't dispute the fact that he didn't properly contact the Canadian authorities to set up the trips. Roger admits his investigation will determine if Cooper is fully responsible for the deaths as a result of his actions. He reveals that the Mountie accompanying him, Preston King, was working an undercover sting operation at One-Eyed Jack's for 6 months in order to catch Jean Renault.
That's way too long. Wouldn't take me 6 months.
Yeah, I'd probably pull that off pretty quickly. Yeah.
The operation was ruined as a result of Cooper's involvement. King tells Cooper that not only did Jean escape and 2 men were found dead after the second infiltration, but that the cocaine meant to be used in the sting suddenly went missing. Cooper was not aware of the cocaine and tells King that 3 people were killed. Blackie, who was killed by Jean, Emery Battis, whose death Cooper was unaware of until Roger showed up, and the bodyguard that was killed by Hawk when they attempted to shoot Cooper. Cooper accepts the charges regarding the border crossings, but denies the drug trafficking allegations. Roger tells him that the DEA is now also involved in the case and that he has 24 hours to prepare a defense. Cooper is forced to surrender his gun and badge until the investigation is complete, while King calls in Harry for questioning. Roger assures him that anything found against Cooper will not be held against him as he was not the lead for either trip. Harry reminds Roger that he has to be presented with extradition papers and a subpoena before issuing a statement, and he refuses to cooperate. He affirms that Cooper is the best lawman he has ever met and respects him far more than Roger.
Hey, Will, I got a good idea. I think we should come up with a code that we can do at each other, like kind of a subtle sign if we ever like passing each other in the hallway and we're like, okay, we got each other's backs when we're going to talk to the police, okay? Here's what my idea would be. A big... okay? Nothing. I think they bought it. I could do that at you. But I really did like Harry like really standing up for Cooper.
I did too. Yeah. Even like I think it's probably unwarranted as far as like the loyalty goes. I mean like enforce the process. Actually, like good point. Like get the warrant. Do all that you need to do. I suppose. I don't know. I guess I don't know. Cops protecting cops. Maybe I'm less interested in that. But
Harry protecting Cooper. We can talk about that.
Yeah. Even though Cooper is out of line.
All right. Nadine participates in the cheerleader tryouts, effortlessly performing multiple tumbles before chucking a young man through the air with little effort. Any thoughts on this?
It looked very good.
It's a little fun scene.
Very funny. That's a good time. I guess they seem to be like received as like, oh, that was a very successful routine. I don't think so though. Like, I mean, the flipping was very good.
That was cool.
The acrobatics.
You
were
can't
good.
be throwing random people.
Yeah, I don't think it's not like better the farther you throw somebody. I think it's probably supposed to just do like one thing. I don't know.
Was she supposed to throw anyone?
I don't know what the move was supposed to be. Like, she seemed to kind of ad-lib that.
That's what everybody else was saying. I don't really know what she was trying to do, but it looked cool. Shelly brushes Leo's teeth as Bobby calls her to talk about his meeting. Unseen by Shelly, Leo begins to roll forward closer to her, moving his head slightly. Shelly asks Bobby to put Leo into a nursing home before realizing that Leo moved.
Look out, Shelly. Get out of there.
That's a bubble about to pop.
Norma starts putting away the tablecloths she and Hank set out at the diner, upset because the mystery food critic gave them a terrible review. Vivian corrects Norma when she misquotes the review, revealing herself to be M.T. Wentz. Norma accuses her of wanting to ruin her business, but Vivian says that she can't violate her code of ethics for her daughter's sake. Norma offers Vivian to leave her restaurant and her life more upset. Norma orders Vivian to leave her restaurant and her life more upset than before.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with Vivian, I gotta say.
I think Vivian sucks here. I mean,
Ben,
not
you
that
agree?
like.
I agree with what you said about the review thing, you know? Just trying to be helpful.
No.
What?
She was not trying to be helpful.
She was trying to be helpful early on, giving her some tips to be, that
the tips were like go use like mountain truffle oil type stuff, like in the omelet.
Sure. Stuff that's not her. That's fine.
Stuff that's not her. And
possible.
And if we're talking about like the ethics here, I think it's pretty clear like she should have just recused herself from, like, she can't review this restaurant because it's her daughter's restaurant.
That's true. That's true.
Like that.
That's true.
That'd be the more ethical thing to do, rather than be like, no, I simply must own you and write like shitty things about you.
I'm just trying to help.
That's true.
And big shout out to Queen Norma for standing up for herself and saying, like, I can't control you, but the only thing I control is like my reactions to you, kind of thing. And like, you get out of here. I'm done with this, et cetera, et cetera. Go Norma. Yeah. Fuck off, Vivian.
It's time to go no contact with Vivian.
Yeah. She set some boundaries right there. That was great. And Vivian's like, oh, be sensible. Like, I am being sensible. I'm doing this for me. Get out of here.
Scram.
Meanwhile,
take your Richard Kahn looking husband ass out of here.
Hank and Ernie goof around with each other at One-Eyed Jacks, lying to their partners
that's what they're doing.
by saying that they are on a hunting trip. Ernie continues protesting that he won't steal from his new wife, but Hank continues to bully him into helping both himself and Jean Renault. Come on, steal from your wife.
It really is major bullying him into. He's like literally grading him, and he's like giving him a noogie. Stuff.
Come on,
and like,
steal.
Yeah,
you can steal from her.
And I kind of am not super tracking this. So they're planning to steal from Jean Renault as well. That's the idea. Like, I don't get why Ernie like snaps into like deference to Jean here in this scene.
Because of the accent. Quebecois.
Okay.
Jean explains that he needs $125,000 immediately. a result of the ransom deal falling through. Ernie assures him that he has plenty of connections to drug traffickers and can get him the money quickly. Don't worry, I know a bunch of reliable people.
Yeah, I guess his behavior here really confuses me. Ernie's behavior here. What it seems like. Why wouldn't he be like, no, I need $125,000, and he's like, easy, boss. Like that. No one says that. No one gives the like. This is maybe the part where you have a choice, or maybe you just been in enough of these, like criminal TV shows to know that like he doesn't really have a choice, and so it'll just go better if he just agrees right off the bat, and it says like to overpromise and overdeliver or something. I don't
know. John calls in King, working undercover in the Mounties for him, who brings them a briefcase full of cocaine.
The red-haired Mountie is bad.
John tells Hank to take Ernie down to the gambling tables, something Ernie is reluctant to do. After they leave, King expresses his concerns about Ernie, claiming that he seems too nervous to be reliable. John takes this in stride, and King takes a bundle of cocaine from the briefcase, intending to plant it inside of Cooper's car as part of Jean's plan to frame him. Thoughts on this?
Go for it, guys. Do whatever you need to.
Sure.
We finally established what I think is a lot of cocaine. Now, we've talked about that many episodes ago. This seems like
a lot of cocaine.
A lot of cocaine. Yeah.
This is a far cry from that little baggie in James's gas tank.
Makes sense that the person dealing the cocaine would have a lot more than Laura Palmer. Bobby.
Yeah.
Yes. Harry wakes up to hear something moving around outside. He cautiously opens the door, only for an exhausted Josie to fall into his arms. She begs him for help as the two embrace and make out on his bed. Cooper
He makes out with her, I would say. I don't know if she's in much of a position to reciprocate.
I might say that Harry's got thread of the episode with his bright red prospector pajamas, you know? Like,
absolutely.
Glad he had the butt flap
buttoned
up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love his pajamas.
Motherfucker's got pajamas with feet. He's got the little grippies on the bottom.
You know, I was thinking about Harry back in the funeral. You know, like Major Briggs, I don't know, what do they call this? Like the military people, you've got your camo that you do your fighting and shit in. But you've also got do you call them, is this right word, dress fatigues or parade fatigues or something like that? Is fatigues maybe not the right word either? But you know, they've got their like fancy shit, their dress up shit where you wear the captain's hat and that kind of shit. Yeah. Harry, why doesn't a sheriff have that? Harry's always wearing his like brown unitard jumper thing. Just always the same. Where he doesn't even have pants. It's just a pant and shirt together. And it's only broken up by the fact that he puts the belt around his waist.
What do you call that garment?
Even when he's out of work, he decides to wear a onesie anyway. Like he only has he's got like 2 pairs of clothes.
That's why Josie,
they're all stitched together.
He needs
a jumpsuit.
A jumpsuit, yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Like a work jumpsuit or workman's. Does Carhartt have a jumpsuit category on there?
Yes.
Probably.
Okay. I've been eyeing some Carhartt coveralls, to be honest.
Coveralls? Is that what he usually wears day to day?
It's not too far off.
Or is that overalls?
Overalls don't have the sleeves.
Okay, so coverall. Okay, is what I was trying to. Okay.
Is this the episode where Cooper makes a very vulgar comment at some point about it's very nice to urinate outside?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I'm going to slowly connect that to women often talk about jumpsuits being very annoying to wear out to nice things because they're difficult to go to the bathroom because you have to like take it all the way off, which is like taking off your shirt to go pee or something like that. How's Harry doing that? Is Harry going to the you walk into the men's bathroom and then Harry's standing there.
He's a pants all the way down around his ankles at the urinal guy.
And then when he drops a needle on the ground, it's a disaster.
Yeah.
I do think so we've seen him in two different outfits is the thing. I think in this episode he does have shirt and pants separates. In previous episodes, I believe we've seen them being connected.
I think he's wearing the brown. I mean, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's wearing something that's the solid brown at the funeral, though. Could be wrong, but I think so.
His regular uniform?
I think it's his regular uniform. His regular jumpsuit uniform.
Okay.
Oh well. Anyway,
I thought I spotted in this episode that he's got it tucked into his like the same colored pants.
Okay. No, he's Josie needs to pick up some clothes for him when she goes to Seattle. Goes on her fake trip to Seattle next time.
Yes.
Josie begs him for help. As they make out. Cooper vents his frustrations about his current investigation and the nature of Bob to Major Briggs. Cooper worries that Bob will try to possess someone else, while the Major tells him that it is up to each person to react on their own to resist this evil force. He mentions a place called the White Lodge, but Cooper takes a moment to relieve himself before hearing what he has to say about it. Major Briggs, I'm going to go enjoy pissing in the forest, and then I want to hear all about the White Lodge.
He makes such a big deal out of going to pee. He's not a fun hang. Major Briggs seems like he'd be a good hang.
It's the hayseed fever.
Hayseed fever, baby. Yeah. But yeah, he's like, there's nothing quite like the feel of nippy forest air on an exposed member as I let free into the trees. And man, you don't have to do all that. Just go piss. You're being weird.
Do you guys have a set expression you say to like, I'm going to go do that?
I need to use the restroom.
How much I want to embarrass everybody around me.
I've never not said I've got to go to the bathroom real quick. It's got to be real quick.
Really? Nice. You don't use any...
Yeah, it is often...
Any euphemisms for it?
No one's seeing a man about a dog?
Is that a thing?
Sometimes I'll say that. Gotta go see a man.
What's the phrase?
Sometimes I don't know. A man about a horse.
I need to see a man about a horse?
Yes.
What's that? I don't really understand.
I don't know. Mean? Sometimes you just say it though. Okay. Sometimes I say I have to go powder my nose. And then
isn't that
the little boys
I need to go do some cocaine in the restroom. That's what that one means, isn't it?
It doesn't mean that. No. I mean you could use it to describe that, but I think it's supposed to be a euphemism to like let fancy ladies go to excuse themselves kind of thing. But then I'll usually follow it up with, I'll say, go powder my nose. I'm going to go to take violent diarrhea. Then I'll get like too explicit with it.
I'm going to go see a man about just ferocious, bloody.
I got to go see Gerard about some funk.
Monster.
This horse is relentless.
As
a galloping horse, I'm going to go see.
As Cooper urinates, he hears an owl hooting before the Major is engulfed in a blinding white light. Cooper rushes back to the camp after hearing the Major call out for him, but he is nowhere to be seen. Cooper tries to follow the light before it disappears completely, leaving him alone in the woods. End of episode.
Cooper's go ahead, Atticus.
He was pretty quick to resume the ready to run, he went from peeing to ready to run around crazy without
you need to shake it a few times is what you're saying. Or else you'll get dribbles.
I guess so. But it just seemed like he was able to just immediately jump into whatever. I was like, I would need a little second to reorientate.
It's that Quantico training in action, I suppose. Can I guys, do you mind if I audition for you guys, for the part where, inspired by Cooper's going out to pee in the woods? It made me think about how I would act, if it was the same shot. It's sort of framed as the camera is here from the chest up, but how do you act you're peeing in the forest, let's say? Do you mind if I perform this for you?
Sure.
Please.
Okay. Okay, I'm all done. I think there's a real heft to it. There's some real momentum. It's flipped.
I liked your hair, your hair flipping around during it. That was good.
Whoa! A little help over here, please. I need 3 strong men over here.
Ow! Ow!
Boy, that guy.
What's that?
He's pretty cool.
Guy who thinks it always hurts when you pee, auditioning, so the scene just calls for you're peeing in the woods. You're just,
Can we do a take where it doesn't hurt? What do you mean?
Huh? No, this is.
It doesn't.
No, it hurts.
Is this a sci-fi movie?
So they've invented. They cast a spell on you, so it doesn't hurt really bad when you pee.
Sure.
Thank you. I can do this kind of stuff at the end of the episode.
Easy to cut.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's it. Well, okay, Atticus, what do you think of this White Lodge has been mentioned?
Interested. I feel like it feels like this feels like a new season, and it feels like we're trying to get the machine back going a little bit, and I'm a little bit too aware of that. I was a little bit too aware of that throughout the episode. I thought in my mind about okay, what are we gonna do next? And so I thought it was a stronger episode, but then I was expecting it to be at some points. I was getting a little worried throughout it at different points, and I was like, where are we going? Do we have any ideas? White Lodge definitely stands out as that'll be where we're going, I suppose.
That feels like a very Lost type thing, kind of.
Yeah.
What you'll occasionally
think about.
Get a hint at what the bunker is or something.
Atticus? What's the White Lodge to you? What are you imagining?
Oh, no,
is it a place? Is it a concept? What makes it white?
So, I guess. Okay, what was the context? It's each person to react to their own. I kind of thought when Catherine mentioned guardian angels, that maybe we'll explore positive forces, and maybe they chill at the White Lodge. I don't know.
So Tom Hanks in Elvis discovering the lodge. It's what?
Yeah. But it's white?
Okay.
You're telling me this lodge is white? Sorry, Ben, go ahead.
No, that's it. That's it.
Well, of the episode goes to Harry's pajamas, in my opinion.
Yep.
Sure. Any other outfits we want to shout out?
I just like the fact that Donna and Ed had the same haircut. It's
That's
not quite
nice.
the same thing, but I like that.
You know, I've been paying attention to hair more recent, or I don't. Prue on Great British Bake Off. I've noticed she has great hair. I like her hair a lot. And other outfits in this episode. Catherine's hiking fit goes pretty crazy. Good jacket there. And that's like the Paddington buttons or some such. Star of the episode to me is Dana Ashbrook as Bobby motherfucking Briggs. Sticking the gum to the doorway. That's awesome. I'm going to give this episode a 3 out of 5.
Yeah, it's a 3 for me.
It's a 3 for me.
Which is a good rating. Atticus, who killed Laura Palmer? Are we still doing that?
Yeah, you can tell us.
And then I'll just update you if this changes, but Leland did.
Okay.
There you go. Sounds good. For folks in the Iowa area, you should know that Film Scene in Iowa City is screening the complete Twin Peaks. In November, they're doing season 1. Season 2 is going to be January through February. Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me in March. And The Return, March to May 2026. By the time this airs, the first... They will have screened the pilot episode. I think they're doing like 2 episodes at a time, like 9 p.m. on Monday nights type thing. And tomorrow is the first, the November 3rd is the first day of this, which will have already passed by the time this comes out. But you should, check out the Iowa City film scene to check out that. Seems like a very cool.
Are you gonna go?
I know that I will be. I will be going to at least some of this because 9 p.m. start time of 9 p.m. is really hard for me.
Oh, late?
Because
it's too late?
Suck, yes.
Well, you can go hang out.
But I would love to get out to it.
You're going to go to the Cooper style. You're going to go to the college bars first. You're going to go to the college bars at 5 p.m., hang out with all your buddies in college, and then you'll go to watch Twin Peaks with all of your also real life buddies.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it does sound awesome. I would really like to get out there.
Yeah.
Folks, thanks for listening to the show. Check us out over on patreon.com/Dr. Skeleton for more of our stuff and to support what we're doing here. Next week, we're going to be watching season 2, episode 11. And if you can figure out what that means, that will make one of you. Because the numbers are all over the place. Thanks so much for listening. We'll see you next week. Goodbye. This is a brand new Extra Good podcast. Learn more at brandnewextragood.com.